Thank you everyone for joining us for another of our COVID fireside chats or bedroom chats or whatever you want to call them. I'm very pleased today my name is John Warburton. I'm one of the council members for Insurtech UK. Very pleased to be joined today by Nathan Shanaghy, who is the COO for Aon in the UK. Is that right, Nathan?
That is indeed, yeah.
Have I got it right? Great. And we're going to talk about Aon, obviously one of the behemoths of the insurance industry, how Aon has been coping with lockdown and how Nathan sees trading evolving post-lockdown and post-coronavirus as we all get used to this new normal. So let's just start off then, Nathan. So how have you seen the market change during the lockdown at Aon?
Pretty significantly, actually. I mean, the impact on clients and their businesses has been pretty severe in some sectors. I mean, you've only got to see the press and you can see the impact, in particular sectors like travel, hospitality, and then just, kind of client activities. We're seeing significant slowdown in M&A activity. The odd deal getting cancelled, but just, a very, very significant impact across certain sectors in terms of how they're managing against it. Likewise, the converse of that, we're seeing demand in other areas, demand for trade credit solutions, demand for cyber solutions. I mean, everyone's aware of the significant increase in cyber attacks that we're seeing over this sort of period. Operationally, doing pretty well. I mean, we have 100% of colleagues working from home. We're leveraging sort of WebEx Teams, unlike the Zoom solution here, and other digital technologies to kind of stay connected with clients, stay connected with carriers, and stay connected with colleagues. And it does seem to have worked very well.
As a broker, we can perhaps be quite nimble because of the way that our systems work. Our systems aren't quite as key, perhaps, as the insurers find. How have you found the insurer support operationally during the lockdown?
Yeah, really good. I mean, they've been very, very responsive, and I mean, it's for us, it's extremely important to get an overall sort of end-to-end solution for clients. I mean, we've seen a significant increase in, virtual RFPs with clients, and you need to be able to respond to them sort of quickly. We've been leveraging technologies such as, PPL, and the significant investment that's been made in the last 5 to 7 years in those technologies has really, come to the fore. And, luckily enough, certainly in respect of the complex insurance placements, ourselves and the markets have been collaborating on that sort of type of technology for the last, kind of 10 to 15 years. But actually, it's never been leveraged in the complex risk area then in a way that it is being leveraged now.
And do you think that sort of increase in the intensity of digital trading, do you think that's now here to stay? And
no, I would hope it's here to stay. I mean, the volumes have been significantly increasing over the last few years anyway. I think what we are now seeing is that the right combination of technologies is pretty critical to getting the right digital outcome. You need technologies that aren't just about the passing of documents, they aren't just about the execution of the contract trade, but also technologies that enable you to kind of engage remotely. So that I'm pretty confident that we should be able to retain the vast majority of the positive changes we've seen. And it will, over time, kind of make trading easier. I do believe there is a clear place for face-to-face and engagement. I think over time what we need to do is make sure that we separate the complexity of the contract from the workflow execution of the task. And I think that way we can end up with, the best of face-to-face trading and the best of digital outcomes.
And when you say face-to-face trading, do you think in terms of the face-to-face nature of the London market, or are you meaning more towards the client service part of trading?
Both. I mean, I think there will be changes to the approach, I think, across the industry, which will drive a better omni-channel solution. I think people will be less concerned about how they achieve the goal, and actually more concerned about just achieving the goal through the optimal means. I don't think it is any different to anything else we do. Sometimes you phone, sometimes you decide to video call, sometimes you decide to group chat, so sometimes you decide to IM. All of the solutions should be available to us to drive the best omni-channel outcome, and actually be less worried about having to choose one or the other, and actually just choose the tool for the job to get it done as we move forward. So, and I think this period has enabled people to realize that actually there are multiple ways of achieving that goal.
And do you see an impact? I mean, there's a potential quite significant cost saving for people with large office estates and so on. Do you see that there is an opportunity for Aon to rationalize and focus in its on-premise way of working in the long run?
Yeah, I mean, the real estate always has to match the need. I mean, I think it's as simple as that. I mean, from my perspective, we will always have the appropriate amount of real estate to fit the solutions that we're trying to drive towards. I mean, we have constantly trying to deliver against the digital outcomes that we're trying to achieve, but we also have to make sure that we create an environment that is terrific for colleagues. You know, we have to be where the talent is, and we have to create collaborative environments for that talent to grow, be fostered, and actually deliver solutions for clients. And also, you know, our real estate, particularly our London real estate, is heavily utilized for client engagements, for meetings with markets, and actually used as as a center for us to kind of continue to sort of trade and engage. So
it's your flagship store effectively, as much as it is your actual work environment. And in terms of the Insurtechs, obviously you're very engaged with Insurtech UK, for which we're very, very pleased to have you on board as such a significant partner. And I mean, how do you see Insurtechs playing into this this new way of working, and how you can make the most of the partnership?
I mean, they have a significant part to play. I mean, I think at the moment, the relationship that we've developed with Insurtech UK and its members, based on the capabilities I've seen through engaging with those members, I think there's a real opportunity for Insurtech solutions to continue to support the modernization of the market. If you look at submissions, you've got everything from integrated workflow through to content management, through to the ability to edit and tag data and manage data through a process. From a placement perspective, you've got a large number of technologies that that need to deal with how do we simplify the trade, deal with the computation of complex taxes, get ourselves to the point where in actual fact we have a price product at the point of bind, which gives us the opportunity then leverage dual ledger capabilities of blockchain, or other technologies that are out there. And obviously, I know a large number of your members are helping develop solutions to make the simplification of a claim, everything from the assessment through to the quantification, through to the settlement of it, much, much simpler. So I think there's a real opportunity, and what I foresee is, a large number of those technologies coming together to deliver outcomes which will be more and more leveraged as we go forward.
Excellent. And I mean, obviously, one of the big constraints, particularly in the larger placement and the management of larger risks, has been the willingness of clients to engage in some of these digital solutions, particularly video calls and so on. Do you think that might have changed, and that they might be more willing to use digital means, at least in some part of the process, going forward?
Yeah, I mean, buying styles kind of are always evolving, sort of over time. I think certainly in the segments where it is possible for clients to quantify the asset, I think we're just going to see ever increasing kind of remote purchasing and digital purchasing. I think how that gets done may change, as I think there will be an evolution towards, from chat as we see now to probably more video, as that technology continues to sort of grow out, and that may allow some more consulting capability to be built within that, which means that it probably has an opportunity to continue to increase in terms of kind of the segments that it can hit. You're always going to have a series of very, very complex products that are just not capable of being digitized. And in particular, I think where you have activities that are much more consulting based in nature, anything from M&A through to intellectual property, these are all solutions that can fundamentally underpin the strategy of firms, and they're not things that they will want to or need to buy remotely, but also they are solution sets that are not very capable of being commoditized into a product that someone could clearly understand. So for me, I do think you will continue to have lots of different channels, and I think the channels will continue to be appropriate for the segment and the clients, and will be driven by how comfortable and confident clients feel about purchasing in that way. I don't think you can put products up and hope that clients will come. I think the reality is that the clients will always have their appetite and their buying style for certain things that they feel confident they understand and can buy from trusted providers. And that's what's really going to continue to drive the evolution of those types of trades.
So just to finish off then, so as a result of COVID generally, and the direction you're seeing insurance going via Insurtech, how much of an impact do you think all of this will have had on us all? How big will the change be in your view if you look out, say, 3 to 5 years? Is this a bump in the road, or will this have been a big change?
I think it will. I think it has the opportunity to change a number of things. I think if we go back to the previous question, we've made significant investments in an Insurtech being CoverSure to kind of drive the SME market. I think we will continue to see that digital trading sort of increase post the COVID time. I think we need more than just technology for us to deliver the outcomes that we ultimately want to achieve through the technology. There has to be process change, there has to be cultural change, there has to be appetite change to do things in a different way. I do think we are seeing all of those things increasing. I mean, I think all of the ambition has been there for the last few years to kind of drive those changes. What this has done is created a single moment in time, which was a catalytic event where everyone had to come together to make the changes happen rather than the change happening through choice. And I do think because of that, a large number of things will stick. And I think there is a willingness in the marketplace to try and get them to stick, because I think it actually will free up and create capacity of the market to actually deal with the significant increase that we're seeing in the drive for capacity and capability coming from all over the globe to use that marketplace.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your insights, and thank you once again for partnering with Insurtech UK. We're very pleased to have you on board, and all the best, and stay safe.
No problem. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
All the best.
Take care.
Bye.